There, everyone. We are heading onto the floor for WonderCon, and like the last couple years, thought we would share it. People seem to enjoy that.
You get to your destination by walking. Very possible. Thank you, everybody, for your cooperation. Welcome back to WonderCon.
So, getting here in line at 10:30. We were in probably the first 30-40% of people in, so not a ton of people here too early today. Obviously, entry here dumps us into Artist Alley. It's going to be packed, or is packed, with a lot of talented people. I have a bag full of books here to get signed today, but I'll come back and do that after we show you around a little bit. So layout very similar to last year. So we make our way over towards where most people will be entering at the front lobby area. It'll be a rainy weekend, so a lot of that cosplay fountain fun that WonderCon's known for will be making its way inside here. All right, some of the usual comic bin spots there. That is a spot we always love checking out because they have so many deep back issues. So make our way over here. The National Cartoonist Society is at the front. Stylin has a couple booths here. There's their boxes over there. We'll work around to their t-shirts later. Some of the South Coast Auctions always has fantastic wall books. Really great stuff there. Yes, it is empty. I mean, there's a lot of people in the queue still behind me. I would say, I don't know, another 60% of whatever it was when we went in. The venue is smaller for sure. I mean, particularly on the panel side this year, not using the arena. The largest room seats between, and we're not sure how many it'll seat this time around. There's the giant tower of t-shirts we know a lot of people love. Sits somewhere between like 500 and a couple thousand, I think. So it's definitely not the size of San Diego. That said, it is a big convention. It is one of the bigger cons. It's not up there with the size of, let's say, Phoenix Comic Con or Phoenix Fan Fusion. But it's a good sized show. You can see one end of the floor there, and then the other end down there. Tom Cook, straight from Master of the Universe, Dark Planet. Hello. Some of the smaller publishers are here. Stranger Comics, their booth. Tomorrow's Publishing, always great stuff. And this is, I think a lot of what this show is about. I mean, it's the cosplay, and it's a lot of shopping, a lot of good vendors. But you don't have, like, in the old days, we'd have graffiti here with all their exclusives. You'd have the DC booth, have a Shazam signing. Those are not current. I mean, all the different Arrowverse shows we used to come here to get signings from, autographs, all that. Not that type of show since the pandemic. It's a different world. Comic-Con Museum is front and center, so this is the main door once the lobby opens. And there's lots of people out there in the lobby too, so it's going to fill up a lot more than this. Not that it's going to be super crowded by old school WonderCon means, but it will definitely have a bigger presence than what it is now, or bigger crowds, I should say, than what it is now. Fridays always start out pretty slow here generally too. But yeah, with so many conventions that pay for guests now, it's a really different world than a few years ago. Now WonderCon, Comic-Con, they really rely on the studios to bring out the guests, whereas most conventions we cover, they pay a guaranteed to bring out guests. And so it's a little different. That said, you still have Ashley Eckstein here signing, a number of other kind of smaller talent as well, voice actors, things like that. $7 a pop, brought a bunch in. Unknown Comic Books, their variant walls, returns. Obviously CGC, already a busy spot this morning, people dropping off their books. Nando Night, love shopping them. Met them at Near Mint Sundays, great comic show. A lot here in the Gold and Silver Pavilion on the comic side. Definitely be spending a bunch of time down here. Kirby Museum. All right, we make our way to this section. This is small press. So you have on one end Artist Alley, on the other end small press, to get a lot of that independent talent. Not that there's not a lot of DC, Marvel, Image people. I mean, booth right over there, we got Daniel Warren Johnson, signed some Beta Ray Bill last year, do a power bomb. So they make their way over here too, but you've got a lot of independent on this side as well as on the Artist Alley side. So you kind of got the sandwich of the comics and the art on the sides, and then in the middle is a bit more of the t-shirts and the toys. Now back here to the left behind small press is where we had Funko last year. Funko has vacated the floor this year, so it has given a lot more room to $7 a pop, which has their whole pavilion off to the right here. But you also have Toink over here, and they've got some Fig Pen exclusives. They've got some signings coming up as well. A lot of voice actors will be making their way to the booth this weekend. Some pops, etc. Oh, sorry. Of course, the mystery boxes. And then here we go, $7 a pop. Take a look at their signing schedule real quick, because they've got a number of people making their way over here. We've got the Grail game. This is all $7 back here. So filling up some of that space that's been emptied out with no Funko back here. All right, let's come around from the back side here. Oh, this is the WonderCon store. I guess we should pop by there real quick. We'll look around. WonderCon t-shirts there.
You can go in there if you want to.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah, come in.
Yeah.
don't touch it. No. I'm kidding. Don't touch it. Okay.
It's all WonderCon focused. They've got the Disney-inspired jerseys, sweatshirts, hats, lanyards,
Okay. This is just to show where it starts.
some baseball and hockey jerseys for WonderCon.
The one on the top and this one, that one right there is doesn't matter which size.
Nope.
All right, let's hook back. The tees, they said $34.99. Or at least that was the one that was in earshot when I was walking by in there. All right, making our way back here. Now in the back of the main kind of center of the floor are a lot of the cosplay and fan tables. The droid builders, you'll see running around back here. We can see some Starfleets. A lot of charity work back here. Different fandoms. The brown coats with a nice big booth here. Yeah, very true. There have been a history of Sunday sales at the WonderCon merch booth here. A few of the droids that are here for the early shift. Most of the cosplayers, I think, are still outside. It is a beautiful day here today, although the rain's going to be coming. Right now, we posted a bunch on our social, if interested, of cosplayers out front by the fountains. A lot of the cosplay photographers are out there. Some of the signs, we got Eric Estrada from Chips down at the end there. Larry Wilcox will be next to him, a whole Chips kind of signing area there. Lenore's on, making her way out. $50 a signature to get Rogue, with X-Men 97 being out this week, in particular popularity. There's a familiar face shopping over here, Yo Gabba Gabba. Bobby Clark, the Gorn. We got his autograph like 15 years ago, and it has totally faded off of the photo. So I guess we'll need to do that again, maybe this weekend or sometime soon. We've got a Ghostbuster trap coming by. So I know for me, the Artist Alley is a big priority. Getting lots of book signs, a big priority. Of course, covering the show is the biggest priority. Doing a little toy shopping is priority. There, we've got Mando there. No, not in this video. This video is just on the floor. We will go back out there again later, but we hit that earlier. And now at this point, just doing floor stuff here. So with the rain coming, they've said they have kind of expanded areas in here for cosplay. I'd imagine they're gonna have some signage up or something like that to have a little bit more in the photo op areas or things like that. Because this is a huge cosplay show and the fountains are normally packed. I believe they are only doing online sales, but you can purchase them on your phone here, I believe. I don't think there's like any booth set up this weekend for purchase. But at the moment, it doesn't feel as if the show is going to sell out. I mean, obviously there's always a risk, especially on a Saturday, but when you combine the rain, the temperatures, and the fact that it hasn't sold out for several years now, there's not a big kind of huge Hollywood panel. I mean, the Directors on Directing is a great panel, and other ones, there's some really great panels we covered in our podcast preview of the show and a little bit in our visual guide, but I don't know that there's the types of panels that are going to sell the show out. So I'd imagine you could make your way down here and buy tickets on the drive over or whatever, but I would check Comic-Con International social on the way just to make sure that that is the case and there hasn't been some sellout. So yeah, the center of the floor is a lot of these types of booths, and by that I mean they're kind of mid-range in terms of size. A couple of them have the carpet. I know that's still the thing I miss most at WonderCon, more than the Hollywood presence, is just carpet. There's something about carpet shows. I know it's very expensive, but they just kind of up the ante and make things feel like that next level of con. So this is the last Lumion booth. Comic vendors here. Actually, IDW's here, which IDW I guess would be the largest of the comic publishers that's here this weekend. We don't have Image here. You know, Boom, Dark Horse, etc., not part of the floor. There will be a lot of representation in the panels, but here's IDW. They're going to have some signings. They actually have a Star Trek signing coming up. That new Star Trek run is incredible by Lanzine and Kelly. There's exclusives. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. If you have not heard of this book, it is wild and ridiculous fun. That and Star Trek are like my two IDW things right now that I am like super hooked on. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, as well as all their Star Trek stuff, particularly Defiant and the main title. Always love seeing Roy Montijo, the booth always coming to life, whether it's at San Diego, WonderCon, DesignerCon, Midsummer Scream. So obviously just a life to it. Spooksy Boo, we cover a lot of their shows. They're not here running the show this weekend. They are here promoting a lot of their art, their Strawberry Shortcake license, their Yo Gabba Gabba, Coraline. All right, let's make our way down another spot over here. We'll go around IDW. So to get your bearings, we're back by the Comic-Con Museum at the front. There's Dog and Dragon with some of their Ahsoka, Marvel, etc. Spoke Art. They have some incredible stuff, always. But this weekend also, I know we saw Alex Pardee on his way out here, going to be doing a signing. Some awesome Attack on Titan. They've got some dumpster fires there from Dusk Till Dawn. The Barbie Dream Car. Here's that Alex Pardee piece. Obviously with the nod to One Piece there. So as we're going, we're under 1100 here. John Carter, all the Edgar Rice Burroughs books there. Super 7. One of my favorite toy stops. They hold true to the idea that they like make the toys that people like me wish they had made when they were a kid. Then Stern Pinball on the floor, letting people take on a demo of the new Jaws game there. A Ghostbuster playing the Jaws pinball game. Who would have thought in the 80s that we'd ever have that at a convention in 2024? That's like Parks and Cons is born on that type of stuff. All right, Toynami. They've always got a great booth. Lots of fun items on display, particularly their Robotech stuff. I know I love. Emily the Strange, very popular, of course. Yesterday's has one of the biggest lines we've seen so far. They're lined up here in the center of the con with some of their pins. You can see the line going back over there.
Oh, they do?
They do great stuff. Love seeing them at the various cons. We see them all year long, I feel like, every few weeks at a show. There's that WonderCon exclusive. Of course, the ever-popular Misfits line. Stuff there. All right. Hook back around over here to an area we haven't explored as much. Now, this was really popular at DesignerCon. We posted this TikTok and video, and it got like hundreds and hundreds, maybe millions of views on those actually. But Rex's Diner, this is Centerpoint Studio. So over here they were using this display for Andor, but this, of course, from the prequels.
I hope it goes well. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, yes. Welcome back again, Will. You guys all finished setting up? Yep, we're done. Cool. Yeah, I'm still. I'm a perfectionist.
Incredible Texas Diner. Check them out, those Centerpoint Studios. They've got great videos of their stuff. We also posted some, like I said, at DesignerCon back in November. We did a really thorough, video there. I think it's on our TikTok and Instagram Reels if you're interested in a close look at those Star Wars dioramas that they do. Jungle Boy Productions, all sorts of fun stickers and prints on display there. Back by Stylin Online. All right, and then we have the center here. This is where they'll be doing some of their special guest signings. You know, Gail Simone, huge guest they're going to have this weekend here. Actually, we can get a look at who they have so far today. Oh yeah, Gail Simone's there. Terry Kavanaugh, Bobby Herbrick. Some big comic talent there. I know Steve Englehart is probably the person I'm most excited to see here. I mean, he is an icon of Marvel and DC Comics. And I don't know that I've ever been to a con that he's been at. And so he's going to be here. He is one of the special guests, but he's not actually doing a special signing. It looks like he's going to be specifically over there. Our friends at Comic Book Clothing. We love their stuff here. Good. All sorts of fun prints. You know, we plug them every time we're at a con. The Danger Room tying in for our X-Men 97 love up there. Love the International Metal Face Doom in that kind of Comic-Con logo. Deadpool Rebel, one of my favorite hats there. What TF instead of what if. The Mr. Beast, we picked that one up last time we saw them at show. I think that was maybe Designer Con actually. But yeah, some awesome stuff. Quark's Bar in the Cheers font, Misfits, the Stormtrooper font. Let's see, Itchy Mouse up there. Itchy and Scratchy Love, Darksider. Daleks. I always love the Raiders, the Cylon Raiders look there. Great stuff here. They have a really professional looking booth always and really a lot of fun. And that is one of the nice things, you know, if there's something nice to be taken out of a lot of the bigger businesses taking a step back from WonderCon is there's more room for places, whether it's Ultra Sabers or Comic Book Clothing. Not that they wouldn't have been here otherwise, but it's just, you know, it allows them maybe to spotlight things a little bit more than, you know, I would have spent a lot of time sucked into the DC booth or something like that. All right, our friends at Toddland with the WonderCon Octodwarf anniversary. Always one of, if not the best looking booths on the floor, whether it's at Comic-Con, WonderCon, what we've seen them at Long Beach Comic-Con before. And they have a number of pre-orders up that you can get if you're from home on their site here, I believe until Sunday. Yeah, there's some of the order online now. Here's the WonderCon tote. Another big, busy line here. Not a lot of huge lines at WonderCon. Really not any huge lines at WonderCon quite yet, but if some decent lines. Here's Fig Pen, another one that's got people lining up early here. They have a number of exclusives for this weekend. Got a Zeb, I think limited 500. Here's a few other things they've got there. Then the J Brothers here, J Company, Amazing Comics, also the people behind Amazing Comic Con. If you've been to Amazing Las Vegas, Amazing Hawaii, Amazing Phoenix, we miss Phoenix. They kind of let that one go, but we love the Vegas show. We go every year. I think this year it may not be happening because there's not been an announcement. It's usually in June, but they've been making their comeback from the pandemic like all these businesses. And that's obviously a big part of this weekend, is just it continues to be kind of the slow crawl back from the pandemic. Obviously, anybody watching this knows how messy the... Good. Rat Mop and Goose. Yeah, the economy is messy. Food is ridiculously expensive. There's just so many challenges. And so, obviously, particularly on the Hollywood side, adapting to the streaming world and them all trying to do their own streaming companies. It's just strange times as conventions continue to come back. But I think it's going to be a really good weekend here. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. I know we will share as much of it as we can on all our social media. Some classic Batman here. We always love seeing this guy. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Fantastic stuff there. And we are back where we began. WonderCon 2024 fully underway. And I am going to make my way into Artist Alley and see what kind of signatures I can pick up. Maybe buy some art, things like that. We thank you for following along. We will have the most updates over on X, Twitter, whatever we want to call that, as well as Instagram. So if you want lots and lots of cosplay photos, video, etc., be inundated there. We'll also put some TikToks up. We'll also have a few things on Facebook. And I imagine we'll also have some more YouTube coming this weekend. So with that said, we're going to wrap up here. Thanks for joining us for this Friday morning walk around WonderCon. There's nowhere I'd rather be on this Friday morning. Until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.